This may be one of the more interesting weed control experiments I've done, and one of the ones that I'm actually most anxious to see the results on. So it's gonna be different than what I've done. A lot of times I get out here and I spray weeds and I test different products. I'm using the same product this time, but what I'm gonna do, I wanna test how rainproof these products are. A lot of times when you spray a product, on the label it'll say, do not water within 2 hours, or rainproof within after 2 hours, something like that. But I want to test it. I want to test it with a water hose today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray 3 different sections of weeds with the same product, but I've got different intervals of how long I'm going to wash it off with a garden hose, which is like a fire hose but smaller. So what I'm going to do is spraying glyphosate, which is an active ingredient found in Roundup. I'm going to spray these 3 plots of weeds. One of them, I'm gonna wait 1 minute and wash it off. The next one, I'm gonna wait 10 minutes and wash it off. The last one, I'm gonna wait 30 minutes and wash it off. And maybe for good riddance, I might just have one of spray and don't wash off at all. And we're gonna see how fast it works, how rainproof it is. Again, this would be different with different products, but I just want to see what happens at the end of the video. So let's get started. All right, so I got my backpack sprayer on. I'm gonna spray the 1 minute first, then the 10 minute. Actually, I'm gonna do it opposite. I'm gonna go 30 minutes, 10 minute, 1 minute, because after I spray the 1 minute, I need to go get the garden hose to be ready to wash it off after just 1 minute. So let me check my phone, see what time it is, so I can keep track of the 10 minutes and the 30 minutes. I've got 7:56 in the morning here. So we'll start with the 30 minute. The target weed is goosegrass, but there's some other weeds. So the goosegrass is kind of a tough weed to kill, to be honest with you. So I want to spray the goosegrass as well as some other weeds, and then we'll wash it off. So let's get started. All right, here's a 30-minute plot. Get some extra weeds here that are not our target. All right, let's go over here to the, actually we'll go here. This is our 10-minute plot. Got a large goosegrass right here, as well as some other weeds. And then the 1 minute plot, and after I get this sprayed, of course, I'm gonna need to go get the hose and wash it off. Big crabgrass, but also have some goosegrass here. Then over here, I'm just gonna spray this and not wash it off at all. This big thing here. All right. Got it sprayed. Let me go get the water hose and I'll wash off the 1 minute. Now let's pretend it came a downpour, a soaking torrentious rain. All right, that's pretty good rain, I would say. Big thunderstorm came in right after I sprayed it. 1 minute later. Is it gonna work? So let me give it a little more time and then we'll do the 10 minute and wash it off. All right, it's probably been 3 weeks since I sprayed this weed. I haven't done anything else to it. I'm not saying I forgot about it, but I saw it the other day. I was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be killing that weed. So I'm coming back today. We're gonna spray it with some more stuff. Let me show you what it looks like and we'll show you what I'm gonna spray it with next. All right, remember what the Dallas grass looked like. And so it really stopped it from growing very much at all, which is great. Definitely suppressed it. Definitely some brown color in there, but it's not dead. I do think it's gonna survive from that. So let's come back and hit it with something else. I might actually use 2 different products today, or 3. Let me just look at it. Let me go over here and meditate. Let me show what I'm gonna use, and then we will, I'm just kidding about the meditating. That was just me saying make a decision. Let me show you what I'm gonna use. We're gonna spray it and we'll check back. All right, I'm gonna actually spray it with multiple things today. One, I'm gonna use these 2 products, Celsius and Certainty. These are a couple products that I mix together and use on my warm season lawns throughout the summer months. when the weather's hot. And the great thing about this combination is it will work on broadleaf weeds, it will work on grassy weeds, it will work on sedges. So, and it's great on just almost any weed I'm going to run into. Now when you mix them together, it can be a little bit expensive. I'm not going to be spraying out a big tank, but just in a little handheld sprayer here. But I've already got them mixed up. So let's spray it with that. I know they have some effectiveness on Dallas grass. The other thing I've already got mixed up is a product. I can't show it to you. Well, I could. I just don't want to walk over and get it. But it's called Dismiss NXT. So I know it also can have some effectiveness on Dallas grass. So I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's spray it with a Celsius Certainty. And if we need to, we'll come back with some Dismiss NXT later. But for today, let's just go with Celsius and Certainty. All right. Got it mixed up. Here's our weed. Let's see what happens. We'll check back soon to see what's going on with the weed. All right, it's been 10 minutes. Let's wash off the 10-minute plot. All right, we got 20 more minutes before we can go wash the 30-minute plot off. So we'll take a brief break. Be right back. All right, it's been 30 minutes. And I sprayed these over here, and I'm not going to wash those off at all. And I know that's a different kind of weed, but just want to compare what we've done. All right, we'll check back soon to see the results. All right, I think we're about at the 72-hour mark. Let's check on the results. And this is not the final checkup, but I just want to give us an initial checkup here. So let's see. Let's start over here with the one this big weed that was not washed off at all. You can see wilted. Actually, surprised it's not faster than it is. It's been warm. It's not like the weather hadn't been hot. I think some of it has to do with the rate that you applied it. You can see the spurge turning yellow there, so definitely working. I just thought it would be a little faster. Again, I probably maybe didn't mix it at quite as high a rate as would in some situations. All right, we'll start with after that we'll go to the shortest here. So this was the 1-minute patch. You can see the goose grass was our specimen that we were focused on. I can see some yellowing in it. The crabgrass, a little bit of yellowing. You can see in there some of the leaves they're turning. I believe it's from that, but again, not that impressive. So I'm going to be really curious to see if it works or not on that particular one. All right, the 10-minute sample. You know, there's that big weed there, and there's our goose grass. Definitely a lot more yellowing as you look down inside the plant. So much more effective at this stage. Again, I don't know if it's going to completely die. You can see the spurge on the ground. And then the 30-minute sample, you know, should be our most impressive ones. Again, goose grass is going to be pretty tough to kill. But you can see significantly more yellowing than the 1 minute, a little bit more yellowing than the 10-minute, which is to be expected. All right, these results are not conclusive yet. We're going to give this some more time because it's not a race. I just want to see will it actually kill it if it rained 1 minute after application, or 10 minutes, or 30 minutes. I'm feeling confident about the 30-minute, the 10-minute, feeling pretty confident. The 1 minute, I've got my questions at this point. But let's give it some more time. We'll check back soon. All right, we're about a week after the application, several days after the last checkup. Let's see what's going on with it now. Tell you what, let's start off with the ones that we didn't wash off at all. You can see that giant weed is definitely dying. The spurge that was here, toasty brown, total wipeout, dead. Whatever, that looks like some Virginia creeper or something like that. It's not quite dead yet. Bermuda grass is dying but not dead. So some of it, you can see certain weeds like that spurge died a lot faster than the other weeds. And then our 30-minute sample size here, again, you can see the spurge basically dead. the goosegrass, which I'm assuming is much more difficult to kill than spurge based on what I'm seeing here, is definitely dying, and I think it will die. We're going to give this time to see, I hope at least, to see if it's going to die or not, but definitely dying on that, or looking like it's dying. We go over to the 10-minute plot, a little different results. You can see 10 minutes, the spurge still has a lot of life in it. That doesn't mean it's not going to die, but significantly different than the ones that we didn't wash off, or even the 30-minute one. And the goosegrass is definitely turning as well, but not dead. So significant difference from the 30-minute to the 10-minute mark. And then if we go over to the 1-minute mark, we've got the goosegrass that honestly doesn't look like much has happened, and the big crabgrass monster, maybe a little discoloration, but not a whole lot going on. All right, let's give this some more time. We'll see if the 30 minutes gonna die or the 10 minutes gonna die. I'm not feeling confident at all about the 1 minute. Obviously what didn't get washed off at all is dying. Looks like it's basically dead already. So the verdict's still out on the 10-minute, 30-minute, but you can definitely tell time is a factor. But even after 10 minutes, it definitely had a serious effect. But 1 minute does not appear long enough. Let's give it a little bit more time with check back. All right, we're gonna go with our final checkup here on these weeds and draw our conclusions. Let's see what it looks like right now. Starting off with what was sprayed and not washed off at all. That weed, I do not believe is coming back ever again. And you see the spurge on the ground is just as crunchy brown as it could possibly get. Total domination. I will say, we looked at this last time. Slightly interesting that that one doesn't look like it's totally dead. And the Bermuda grass is discolored. You know, I could have probably used a heavier rate of glyphosate, knocked it out, and it may continue to die, but just interesting that that is what it looks like at this point. Even this looks like some kind of poison ivy vine or something almost, you know, so different results for different weeds, which is interesting. Moving over to the 30-minute plot. Goosegrass, which I am considering a difficult to control weed, is not doing well. I think if you mowed it, it would not grow back for a long time, but I don't know that it necessarily killed it. With that being said, you look at the spurge that was here, and it is dead. I mean, just knocked it out. There's another little goosegrass. So spurge, 30 minutes, easily dominated it. The goosegrass, I wouldn't say we got a total kill on that, but that is a difficult to control weed. I honestly wish we could have sprayed the goosegrass and not washed it off at all and see if that would have killed it, because that would have been interesting as well. Let's check on the 10-minute plot. All right, 10 minutes, and there's what goosegrass looks like that has not been sprayed, and here's what it looks like after 10 minutes. So definitely made it very sick. Honestly, it looks very similar to the 30-minute plot, but the difference is you look at the spurge that was sprayed after 10 minutes, and it looks like it survived. It did not kill spurge after 10 minutes, but the goosegrass looks very, very similar. And then the 1-minute plot, well, essentially what I can say is after 1 minute, I'm not sure it did much of anything. I mean, very, very little results. Same on the crabgrass. I don't think it's going to die. And the reason I'm ending the video here is I don't think anything's going to change. I think it's just, it is what it is at this point. When I say nothing's going to change, what I mean is I don't think the weeds are going to continue to look worse. I think if anything, if they're still alive, they're going to start to recover, would be my observation. So what I learned from this experiment, well, I think one thing is, I think in my mind at least, I picture Roundup saying rain proof in 30 minutes. And I think to an extent that they're basically telling the truth. You know, it's Roundup was very effective on the spurge, just totally knocked it out after 30-minute downpour with the water hose. And on the goosegrass, you know, I'm not sure of the one application. Obviously with a heavier rate, I could have knocked it out. But the 10-minute and the 30-minute looked the same on the goosegrass. Unfortunately, we didn't do a test without wash off of the goosegrass. But very, very effective after 30 minutes. 10 minutes, again, made it sick, but didn't kill the spurge. 1 minute, no. If it rains 1 minute after, it's not good. So And of course, if you don't wash it off, it's going to be the most effective. So things are, these products, they do work quickly, and some probably quicker than others. Some are going to work in through the soil and actually need to be watered in. But in this situation, I think this showed us some things that they do work fast. And if you get a big rain an hour after you spray something with glyphosate, I think you're fine. So even 30 minutes. So I hope the video's been interesting to you. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to get into weed control and fertilization like me, you got to go over to lawncarelife.com. That's where I have resources like the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy. There's also information about the Lawn Care Life Conference, which is an event we put on. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.